Breach revealed a full content roadmap leading up to launch. Gameforge plans to relaunch Runewalker's Guardians of Ember. PlanetSide Arena sets a new release date, and there's a car, there's a tank, and it's a MOBA called Switchblade. What's up guys, James Blonde here with a weekly recap for gaming news and announcements for the week of January 25th, 2019. Starting at the news this week, Nomad Games is proud to announce that their deck-building card game Mystic Vale is leaving early access and entering full launch on January 31st. Mystic Vale is a faithful recreation of the Alderac Entertainment CCG, where players took on the role of druidic clans trying to cleanse a curse put upon their land. Mystic Vale is a unique card crafting system where players can combine card pieces into new, original cards. It's not a free-to-play game, but could be right up your alley, and we figured it'd be worth a mention. Early access right now is paid at $11.99, but will go up to $14.99 at launch. Find out more at the game page at MMOHuts.com. Next up, Switchblade has gone free-to-play this week on both PC and PS4. Switchblade marries high-speed vehicle combat with traditional MOBA gameplay for an interesting take on the genre. In Switchblade, players work together on 5-man teams, selecting 2 vehicles a person, each with their own role. These vehicles can be swapped out at any time, offering boundless tactical options. Players also unlock new weapons and upgrades as they play, but without teamwork, victory cannot be achieved. Players must destroy the enemy towers of their opposing team and ultimately defeat their base's core. Now, the gameplay reminds me of PlanetSide 2 combined with Rocket League. Looks fun. Hopefully with the transition, it's set up in a fair way to be free to play. Shot Online, the golf MMO from Webzen, which we mentioned in last week's recap, is now live on PC through Steam. Shot Online has been a staple of the online gaming community for almost 14 years. The game was developed using a proprietary physics engine to improve course dynamics and create realistic animations, especially as it relates to the ball and the geography of any given hole. To support the new Steam players, Shot Online is hosting a series of events, including a 30-day attendance event to earn deluxe membership, guild events, level up box events, and a 20% bonus currency event. You'll also be able to earn extra rewards for uploading screenshots or videos to the community hub. The new trailer you see playing here shows off some of the updated gameplay, and being on Steam now should have the game pick up some new players and expand the overall player base. Quick reminder to all you Star Trek fans, the Mirror of Discovery update that we mentioned last week is now live. The event centers around story beats from the first season of Star Trek Discovery, a hit CBS TV series that served as a revitalization of Star Trek in serialized form. The Terran Empire's Captain Killy will make her debut in STO, voiced by Mary Wiseman from the show. Killy has a ruthless reputation and was often mentioned in the series, but has not yet been shown on screen in the series. Players will be able to unravel the mystery of what happened to her and the crew of the ISS Discovery after it was summoned to the Prime Universe and never seen again. In other news, Last Oasis will be launching into early access in spring of 2019. The nomadic survival MMO's early access date is set to be announced in the coming weeks as well. Last Oasis, set 1,000 years into the Earth's future, centers around a cataclysmic event that halted the rotation of the Earth and destroyed the Moon. Oh, that's not good. Players take on the role of nomads who must depart humanity's last refuge, the flotilla, to gather resources and build walkers, large wood punk-inspired ships required for world-traveling combat, base building, and harvesting. Large amount of resources will be destroyed during clan wars, so you'll have to think carefully about what to attack and when. Player and clan alliances will play a major factor in the game's world growth. The walkers are freaking awesome looking, if you ask me, and the gameplay sort of reminds me of that old movie Wild Wild West, you know, with Will Smith, and a little bit of the new movie Mortal Engines, I think it's called. I don't know, wouldn't mind checking out this game just for that reason alone. Looks promising. Speaking of early access, now that Breach is in Steam Early Access, QC Games has begun addressing the stability and gameplay issues that a small portion of the player base has been experiencing as of lately. In addition to this, they've revealed a full content roadmap leading up to the full launch of the game, which is scheduled for later this year. Within a few months, the game will have received new enemies, a challenge system, 3 new classes, and a new map. The first of these new classes has already been revealed to be the Pyromancer. Keep an eye on MMOHuts.com as more and more gets announced for Breach's early access. Another follow-up from last week's recap, the latest update to MapleStory entitled Black Mage New Beginnings is officially available now from Nexon. In this update, the level cap has been increased to 275, the first increase in more than 5 years. There will also be new Maple Alliance celebration events, level 200 Genesis weapons, and incredible replayable battles. Players who are level 245 or higher can revive the battles in Tenebris against the Black Mage and go on a daily quest in these regions as they become permanently available. After defeating the Black Mage, new quests that reward players with Genesis weapon boxes will become available as well. Upcoming events include Gold Richie's Lunar New Year Party, which begins on January 30th, and Utah's Farm, which will begin on February 6th. As you might have caught at the end of last week's recap, SMITE has entered closed beta on the Nintendo Switch. Players with the code can enter it in the Switch eShop to start the download. If you have not been blessed with the code, you can still buy into the closed beta, which will grant you early access to the game, 400 gems, as well as new skins for Scylla and Loki. Of course, this is all part of the crossplay focus that they're working towards, giving players the opportunity to use one account to play on all platforms, which is a much needed and awesome new feature, if you ask me. Though, I can only imagine playing SMITE on PC, but that's just me. Also this past week, Daybreak Games has announced recently that PlanetSide Arena, their upcoming multiplayer arena shooter, will release on March 26th, 2019. They have hopes to make it a huge part of the PlanetSide series, and as such, have decided to push back its release date to this new date to give it the attention it deserves. Of course, that's what they always say when there's delays, but hey, more prep time is probably better in a game like this. The closed beta is set to begin on January 30th, 2019. On a somewhat similar note, the recently announced Splitgate Arena Warfare is one step closer to launch with a host of improvements and enhancements to its core features. This is just in time for its closed alpha test this weekend. Splitgate Arena Warfare is a fast-paced multiplayer shooter that uses player-controlled portals to create an all-new dimension of arena combat. 1047 Games revamped 4 of the Splitgate maps, upgraded the animation, and implemented major audio improvements, as well as added character and gun skin customization for the closed alpha test. Those who are already confirmed for the pre-alpha are guaranteed a spot in this weekend's test, going on from Saturday, January 26th to Sunday, the 27th. Help support the game by testing it in its early stages, but beforehand, check out what to expect in the closed alpha test, features and improvement-wise, in the site post linked in the description below. Next up, Gameforge announced recently that it will be relaunching Runewalker's MMORPG Guardians of Ember this year, with a closed beta available for limited time sign-up starting now. It will feature a host of improvements from Taiwanese developer Runewalker, creators of Runes of Magic, Guardians of Ember, and will deliver 2 players an action-packed quest to defeat evil in this re-release. Guardians of Ember will combine hack and slash and MMORPG genres into an action-oriented multiplayer title. 4 races and 6 character classes will be offered to players, with endless options to customize and optimize their skill sets. Guardians of Ember will also be a free-to-play title, with 58 regions, over 60 randomized dungeons, and foes from all walks of life. And finally, for our last bit of news, Jason, our lead writer over at MMOHuts.com, sat down with a few of the developers behind the new Total War 3 Kingdoms game to talk about new mechanics and systems that will make their franchise debut with the new title. You can check out the interview in its entirety on the MMOHuts YouTube channel here. Anyway guys, that's about it for all the major news and announcements for this week. For more information on the news topics, check the links in the description below. Feel free to discuss the news or more news in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. But until next time guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.